Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Pedro Baez signed with the Astros. Corey Kluber threw some pitches, and the Red Sox are dancing around in the articles. Let's do it. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball with my two best friends and BBD as well. So my three best friends. My bad. Tough. I gotta work on these intros. I will no longer be describing the clothes that everyone's wearing. If you're interested, go see them on YouTube because I botched it last episode. But Jake's here and he does look great today. I want to talk about the outfit.
It's an outfit you'd want to see.
I want to talk about the outfit real bad. I just tweeted it out. I fleeted it. BBD's wearing the same shirt. We have a cycle here where there's like always two people wearing the same shirt.
Oh my God. This might be the best outfit day, and we just banned no outfit talks.
Me and Sam are wearing the same shirt today, too.
Can you believe it?
I almost wore that shirt.
Yes. Trev's got the same color hat and hoodie kind of on. It's a really bang-up day for outfits. You got to check out the YouTube if you want to see. We have some things to discuss today. Most importantly, Jake open-mouth kissed a horse. Jake.
James, Trevor, David, a little scared of horses. That's full
fair.
disclosure.
Jake, that's fair.
Yeah.
Everyone should be a little scared of horses.
My first time as a semi-adult meeting a horse, like 17, I went to pet it, and it whipped its head up and hit its head on the barn stable, and then it was kind of shook, and I was like, I don't like any part of this.
Yeah.
So, besides that, I'm pretty good. Looking fly today. Got a couple looks on the Chubway this morning.
He turned the subway into the Chubway.
Well, when Poppy's there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wouldn't say baseball is necessarily the hottest in the streets right now, but I could see something happening this episode. Last episode, I said that. I got lucky with that. We got someone signed. And I don't know, like these Benny rumors are flying. We got some workout stuff, #workout season, some other rumor mill. So I'm doing pretty well, Trevor Plouffe.
You know, horses, they're most comfortable around like confident alpha type male. So it makes sense that they're very uncomfortable.
Well, they say that as soon as you sit on a horse's back, the horse knows everything about you just by the way you're like riding it. So, you know, every horse has known like Jake's up to no good. Like why you chubbed up on my back.
I could see that. Every time I get around a horse, my mind goes to one thing and one thing only. Like literally this happens all the time. Get around a horse, you realize how big they are, and then you think about like being in a battle when your side doesn't have horses and the other side has horses. It's just not a good it's not a good look.
So you think about when your side gets the Gatling gun.
I was more thinking like just swords and bows and arrows and stuff.
Yeah.
Before the guns and explosives, but just the horses, what an advantage. I would never lose a battle if I had horses, and the other side didn't. Come on.
Yeah. Well, you've never seen Braveheart.
Got to be real inventive with some trenches and some spikes.
Mud.
Catapults are cool.
Catapults are cool. BBD?
They're cool.
Yeah. I mean, catapults are really cool. There's a scene in Marco Polo, which is about Genghis Khan, where they use the catapults. One of the most badass like war scenes you'll watch. It's really cool.
I'm always a fan of the hot oil like that. Fuck. Whoa.
Well, I mean, what are you talking about?
Trev,
your anniversary night or war?
You're a chemical warfare guy.
Like you're trying to climb my walls. Okay, here's a vat of hot.
Enjoy this hot oil.
Oh my God, I went to a castle in Ireland when I was there, like by where my relatives live, and they just like walked us through the tour of like all the defenses. You see it in movies, but it's pretty cool. Like this is where the guys threw oil down on the people coming in the front door, and I'm like, okay. And they're like, this is the spikes that dropped on the people.
I'd like to feel like
this is medieval.
I could have been an oil spiller. I like to think that could have been my job.
You would have got too cute with it. You would have done like duck, duck, drop type stuff, like drip, drip, drop. Bloop,
no,
bloop, bloop.
That wouldn't be the problem. I would have got just a ton of it on myself.
For sure.
I mean, for sure.
You'd come out with a melted hand.
I spill on myself every day.
Speaking of melted hands, Corey Kluber pitched for 25 teams.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Actually, Jake and I think 26 teams were there. We think the Rays were in center field. One guy with a binocular in each hand, stacking them.
Yeah.
And they just, the Rays can't do anything that every other team's doing. They're like, no, we're different. So they sent the guy there, but they wanted the public to think he wasn't there. And then the Marlins, the Pirates. Who else did we say didn't show up?
You said Cleveland wasn't there. I thought there was
Cleveland and the Rangers because they've seen what Corey Kluber's all about these days.
I thought Cleveland might do a little, hey fans, like we're back, baby. You know all this stuff about us getting rid of players. We just signed our. You guys love the Klubot. Look at his Twitter account.
I don't know, man.
Well, anyway,
we talked about this. Kluber hasn't pitched since 2018. I mean, he pitched what? I got his stats up, like 25 innings in 2019, 35 innings in 2019, and 1 inning last year. I mean, prior to that, though, 3 straight All-Star seasons. And the thing about him, I didn't know he won 2 Cy Youngs, too. My goodness.
Yeah.
The thing about him is he doesn't have to have velo to be effective. It would help. You'd want to see him running the ball up there at 93, 94, 95. But if he can... What he does, Klubot, the man, he plays the X game on the outside part of the plate. So he brings that 2-seamer. He'll start it where it's completely off the plate and bring it back. And then off of that, he'll throw his little cutter slider thing. Well, he throws both. But when you see that ball and one of them comes back over the plate and the other one goes further away from the plate, you have to make the decision and you have to be able to read it. And his arm path is so similar on all of them, and the ball comes out. He tunnels the shit out of his pitches. So I could see him, if his arm holds up and he's able to locate, he still has plenty of value to teams. And that's why 70 teams were out watching him.
We're up to 70.
70, yeah. So we were supposed to do Baez first, but Pedro Baez signed with the Astros.
You had that really good melted hand transition
to Kluber. So I skipped Baez. Have to make the transition.
What was the melted hand? It was because he's so fire.
Well, it was because Jake would misuse the oil, pouring it onto
all the oil on
army, and he would definitely do a good job with the oil and stop people from invading the castle. But he'd definitely melt one of his own hands.
Yeah, hand and
with the oil, which perfectly transitioned us to Corey Kluber, who's currently recovering from a melted hand. Pitched for 25 teams, 26 if you count the Rays behind center field. We're up to speed now. I have a whole plan for the Red Sox.
Let's hear it.
They're going to sign Kluber.
Yep.
Because this is, on Talkin Yanks yesterday, Trev, Jake and I have a little different buckets of where Kluber lands. I was saying that if Kluber wants a major league deal, he's not going to go to the minors. He needs to be in the starting rotation. I don't think Padres, Dodgers, Yankees, Rays, a team that thinks they're World Series bound, the team that believes that they are World Series bound, will commit to that. Be like, nah, dude, if you're sucking, if you can only throw 85 and getting shelled, and you're not going to do phantom DL, you're not going to accept to go to the minors, we can't do this. We'd love to have you if you want to come because we're World Series bound, but you got to give us some minor league options or whatever. So I took those out. I also don't think Kluber wants to go to a team that's not in contending at all. So I think the Red Sox are this perfect weird middle ground where they're all sprinkling this thought in their head now. You know what? Maybe we can surprise everyone. We make some last second moves here. No, that's what they're saying. I don't believe this to be true, Trev, but I think that's what the GMs and the Red Sox fans are telling. And Kluber kind of fits that. And they need starting pitching. And if they get the upside on him, that's amazing. And if they don't, the Red Sox have a down year, they don't really care if they don't make the playoffs because they're still refiguring things out. So I kind of love that landing spot for him in a way. Thoughts? Jake.
Okay.
Yeah, go Jake. I got a lot.
Well, the part we differentiated on is, none of us know what Corey Kluber looks like. The word we got that, again, me and Jim viewed differently was the scout said he looked like a pitcher that was on early spring training, which Jim took as like best shape of his life, spring training out there.
Ready to go.
I took that as, he's not pumping his hardest heater. He's not doing, he's not going 100%, but he's showing the people what he's got a little bit. Who knows what he actually looks like? And I mean, if Corey Kluber looks anything like he did up until 2018, that guy gets a spot in any major league rotation. He was gross. I mean, 5 years, 200-plus innings, a 2.85 ERA, 2 Cy Youngs.
Really good.
He was disgusting. So if he looks anything like that, he could be in a major league rotation. Now, I think where Jimmy and I are landing is that, Kluber probably doesn't look like what he was, being a veteran. And, if he can still be 90% of what he was, 80% of what he was, he's still a rotation guy. I think that if he is a back-end guy, there's obviously a huge injury risk. You're not getting 200 innings from Kluber this year. But with how many pitchers have to be used, especially in this upcoming season because of the shortened season last year, I could see a good team taking a flyer on Kluber because if he looks like Corey Kluber, awesome. You just got to steal. If he's injury-prone or he doesn't look like Corey Kluber, well, you were going to need other young guys to step up and pitch anyway. So that's kind of where I'm at.
What do you think about where the Red Sox are, though?
I don't know, man. I think the Red Sox still want to lay low for a year, which, hey, if they got him and then they could flip him at the deadline or something, sure. But I don't think the Red Sox are about to do this full, hey, nothing's happening in free agency, let's go for it. I'd actually love if they did.
Okay, what if they sign Kluber, they trade Benintendi for a bullpen piece, and then they pick up Semien and put him at second?
Go Sox. Trev, where are you at?
Yeah, I think he can help everybody. I do think for him, does he want to go to a place that is in contention? Yes, but I also think he's just going to paper chase, man. Like at this point in your career, like let's go get the money.
Hasn't he gotten the money already?
He's got the money. He's got 60 million career earnings, but like, he knows he's probably got maybe 2-3 years left, and he wants to go somewhere where that he knows he's going to get an opportunity to just throw his innings, and B, he wants some money. So like, I'm thinking like, dude, where could he fit in? Like, would the Dodgers make a play for him, put him in the back end of their rotation? They don't really need pitching, but they wouldn't offer him enough money, I don't think. But you could go to some other teams. Like I kind of think he's a cool fit on the Marlins. A team that has some top end guys that maybe needs to fill out the rest of the rotation. But I think for him, like he's gonna just chase the payday, and he should. I texted Swarzak as you were giving your lengthy take there, Jake, and I asked him how to go and how did Kluber look. So we'll see if he gets back to me.
Swarzak's your boy.
Sweezy's my boy.
Yeah.
He's got Sweezy, Swizzle Sticks, Swizz Khalifa, lots of nicknames for him. We'll see if he gets back to me. He might be working out right now. But like I mentioned, Kluber doesn't need his velo. It'd be nice to have it, but if he can hit his spots and continue to X that corner like he does, he can still be a very effective pitcher in the way that Jake Peavy learned how to pitch and was an effective pitcher later on in his career. Like Klub has to do that, make that transition. And I think his stuff, the way he attacks hitters, already lends itself to be able to adjust and learn how to quote unquote pitch and still be successful. So I like Kluber for like all these teams, and there's no surprise that there was a zillion teams at the workout because they know the last time this guy was actually healthy, he was an all-star, and he has that potential to come and be that easy sign that didn't cost much that really, outperforms his contract.
Now, I was thinking of him more along the lines of like, not fully spring training invite, but maybe spring training invite with a ton of incentives if you make the squad. Otherwise, for teams in contention, like the 5 up there. Like,
sure. That's what I'm saying. He's only going to go though if he's like, I'm going to go pitch.
I know. So that's where I'm having trouble if he does. I don't know. I'm overthinking it, obviously, but that's kind of the game we're playing. But
I mean, that's ideal for the team.
Yes.
That's not ideal for Corey Kluber, who I think if he's got any of his arm talent left, is going to get more than that.
Yeah, which I think is questionable.
How about maybe this is the game? Because I saw someone say in the chat the Angels, and like, yeah, I could get myself excited for that. I mean, at least the Angels are taking a chance. Where don't we want to see Corey Kluber go?
The Rangers?
The Rays, as a Yankees fan.
The Rays. I mean, I'd actually be kind of hyped for that because that would be kind of cool.
Wait, as a baseball fan, I want him to go to a team on the fringe.
Okay.
Because then if he's really good, he puts them over the top. Kind of like the Rangers getting Lance Lynn, and it's like the Rangers should have done better. So a team that like if he is good, it then like puts them like wow. Maybe the Twins to compete with the White Sox. Is that yours?
I was going to say I thought it was going to be rude if I said it.
What's that, Trev?
A lot of the Twins bloggers are talking about, a Klubot would make a lot of sense for them.
Well, that's kind of why I stumbled into that question because the chat's going more, and I mean, I'm seeing Giants, I'm seeing Detroit. And that's where that minor league invite thing I just don't think makes sense because all of these teams can talk themselves into if Corey Kluber's right. So
I'm thinking Padres. Like if he's like, I only want to go on one of the 5 teams that's going to contend.
Right.
I don't know if he gets a straight up deal, just because there's.
Well, who are those 5 teams? I mean, it's
Dodgers, Padres.
Padres, no. Dodgers, he'd have to look really good.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to guarantee him. Like, yeah, you're getting the ball every 5 days, no matter what.
I think the Yankees would have to guarantee Corey Kluber a contract.
I think so too.
100%. I don't think his stuff plays at Yankee Stadium. That's the only thing.
Ooh, I like that, Trev.
I don't like that he lives on the outside corner so much and that there's the short right field.
Yeah.
Yankees, I think, would be the only team in that conversation that maybe can offer him like the 5th spot right now.
Yeah, because they don't have a staff.
They don't have anyone.
Yeah. Want to hear what Trev said about Corey Kluber 5 years ago? 6 years ago?
Sure do.
Here we go.
It's a good pitch early, just go for it.
Yeah, especially against him, like I said, because once you get behind, he's got that curveball, and he can do a lot of things to you. So, when he's trying to get ahead, that's usually the pitch that that's the one pitch that you might get in the bat, and I think.
God damn it.
Aggressive with that game plan today, and it's worked out for us the last couple of times. But with a guy like that, if he comes out and he spots the ball where he wants to, and he has his plus stuff, it's going to be a tough game. So, we never look forward to facing him, but the last 2 times we've had some success.
How much better did he seem once he got rolling this time? Was he his old self, and was it important to get him early?
Yeah, I thought he started pitching a little bit backwards after we got him aggressive early. He started us off with more curveballs. And that's not a pitch you really want to hit against him. And that's the thing. If you let him get in a rhythm, he can do that. So, luckily for us, we got some runs early, and Tommy came out, and it was great today.
2015 Trevor. Someone called me in the middle of humble Trevor, because you crushed Corey Kluber in your career.
Wow.
And that's probably, you didn't mean anything that you were saying there. You wanted to say, oh, I was pumped to see Kluber on the hill.
He can't get me out.
He can't get me out.
I'm the best there is.
I call his fastball Swedish meatball because made of horse meat.
I call him the horse because I want that meat.
I got first of all, I meant everything about Kluber because yes, I've had a few at-bats where I got some hits against him, but he also struck me out a ton. And there were games where I looked like an idiot against him. So
no way.
When I say you're never stoked on facing him, I really meant that. But Sweezy.
Trev, we're not the media.
This is media stuff. This is a live update.
Wait, hold on, Trev. What can you let everyone know? You texted a player to ask how the workout went. Player texted you back.
It's time for Trevor's Tidbits. It's time for Trevor's Tidbits. He's not gonna show you his bits. He's probably taking the shits. It's time for Trevor's Tidbits.
A tidbit you will not get on anywhere else. Trevor, what is the tidbit on Kluber's performance?
Well, the guy, the player, is my guy Anthony Swarzak, a longtime roommate of mine. We got into a lot of shenanigans together over the years. I said, hey, how'd the workout go? Because he was there. It was him, C-Shek, and Kluber, who are all under the same agency umbrella. And I just texted him, how did it go? And I said, how did Kluber look? And his response was, good morning.
Nice.
Nice of him to say that. But he said, I threw the ball well for it being January 13th. I feel effing great. Well rested for sure. And then he said, Kluber looks good. He didn't miss a spot. He threw a crisp professional bullpen. Kluber at his finest. The guy can't be rattled. And then he added at the end, there was a lot of fucking people there. Managers, pitching coaches, GMs, legit guys. So this is a real
managers. What managers?
Big workout.
I'm calling bullshit on managers. Maybe
so this is all going down in
managers.
Florida. What?
No managers were there. Who was there? Jim Leland?
Why would he make that up? I don't understand.
I just think maybe he's talking about maybe
go
clubhouse managers or general managers.
We said GMs. That's general manager Jim, and he said managers. I'm sure there were managers there, guys that live in Florida.
Just
that
need
are
two of them
there.
to be there to drop managers.
Yeah,
plural.
I guess so. You're a bored old guy in Florida who loves baseball, and someone's throwing it.
You guys wanna
LaRussa
get
drove
out
up
of
on
the
a golf
house,
cart,
dude.
crashed into the first base.
Hey, now.
You guys, when you guys become full adults, you'll understand. Like
I'm a full
sometimes
adult.
you
Trev, I've
gotta
been
get-
married for 13 days.
You're not a full adult until you have a child.
Ooh, gotcha.
I'm telling you.
I
Gonna
gotcha.
steal one right now.
You gotta get out of the house, bro. These managers are probably like, honey, so and so's throwing a bullpen. See ya.
Yeah, that's
Like,
pretty
wow.
cool for C-Shack and Swarzak. What is that? Their
C-Shack,
names are like
Swarzak.
pretty similar but different.
Yeah.
That's
And I think C-Shek
But
had
they-
a video going on the internet yesterday. I think he has a daughter that popped him in the backyard, took him yard ski. So I believe that was C-Shek. If not, still a good video.
Trev, question. Obviously, Kluber brings a lot of the names there, which benefits the Shacks and the Schwacks and Shore Shacks. In high school, was there a kid on your team that you would always like nudge and be like, dude, scouts are here. Like, come on. Like, you're like, I know they're here for me, but I think you can get something out of this. And then that dude just laid an egg every game. Name that guy.
Oh.
No, but I do have one of my best friends. He ended up getting a scholarship to UC Irvine and becoming a College World Series star. But he did it on his own. He was good enough to do that, but he wouldn't have got the exposure if it wasn't for me. Like, there was a lot of people at our games, but so I don't have one that like fell on
Plouffe
his
juice.
face, but
Oh man, we should make a shirt that says Plouffe juice.
Talking about my Plouffe juice.
that's actually, we should look those videos up. He has some awesome videos from the College World Series. He like literally became like a Sports Center star when he was doing it. Now he's an agent. Stud. I named one of Teddy's 15 names is after him. So
Trevor Plouffe versus Corey Kluber, 46 at-bats, 0 walks, 13 hits, 10 RBIs, 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 804 OPS.
no walks.
No walks.
No, you went up there to hit,
You're
Trev. You knew that guy had
He
horse
throw
meatballs.
balls.
Swanging. Trevor, thank you for texting Swizz Beats. Because again, sometimes when you hear the way baseball players talk, it's just like, yeah, like a really.
I didn't even give you the full text.
Didn't miss a spot in a bullpen. Like, no regular fan would ever say anything about that. And just just calling it a professional bullpen is kind of a big dick move.
I mean, really, like Kluber's baseball reference page is one of those you're like, holy shit. Like, he's already racked up close to 40 career WAR, and you just look at like 2014, not an all-star, but Cy Young, then Cy Young 9, Cy Young 3, Cy Young 1, Cy Young 3. That's a hell of a 5-year span right there.
Yeah.
And dude,
And he runs a bang-up Twitter account.
it's old school, man. It's old school. I mean, 215, 222, 220, 235 innings. Like, that doesn't happen anymore.
He does that because he doesn't walk people. Like, he gets ahead of everybody. So even though he strikes people out too, like, you know, he's got 270, 245, 260. Like, he strikes people out, but it's so quick. Like, he'll strike you on 3 fucking pitches. You know, like, he doesn't have to set you up for anything. And that's why he's able to throw all those innings. But there's a ton of bold on his baseball reference page, which I love. And he's just one of those guys, man. Like, you know, he's a good pitcher, but until you go look at his numbers, Kershaw is the same way for me, because Kershaw has that stigma, the playoff stigma. But you look at his baseball reference page, you're like, this is one of the greatest pitchers to ever live.
Yeah, I mean, Kluber's 5 years. Kersshaw's like, what, 12 years of that now?
Yeah,
Something stupid.
Exactly.
Hey, what's Corey Kluber's 2 best years? The 2 Cy Young years.
The 2 Cy Young years
17.
are 14 and 17.
Let's just do 17.
Okay.
How many 3-pitch strikeouts do you think he had in his Cy Young season, Trev?
265 strikeouts that year. 3-pitch strikeouts.
3-pitch punchies.
I mean, that's really tough to do in the big leagues. So I don't know if it's a huge number. I would say of 265, I'm going to go 40.
33.
33. Calculating. We have in 2017 64.
Wow.
3-pitch strikeouts.
I thought about going 65 just
You
to make
know
it around
how
200.
hard it is to strike a major league hitter out in 3 pitches. That's
pretty
fucking
nuts.
Incredible.
64.
Can you get like league leaders? Like,
no, I don't know how to do that. But let's see. I'm trying to see what name on here is on here the most. We got a couple.
A fourth of his strikeouts, dude.
A fourth of his strikeouts were 3-pitch strikeouts.
That's crazy.
That's pretty nuts. Yeah. Yalmer Sanchez looks like the only person he got him 3 times. 3 pitches.
I guarantee I'm not in 2017 because I didn't really face him that year much. But if you go back to 15, 16, and 14, I guarantee I got some 3-pitch strikeouts. Looking stupid.
An April 15th game against the Tigers, he had 4 in the one game. Oh, wait, hold on. And then his next game in the 21st of April, 1, 2, 3, 4 again. And then his 1, 2, 3, and then 5 in his next game. And then 4 later. I mean, he averaged like 4 games, 3-pitch strikeouts. That's impressive.
You're so embarrassed as a hitter when you go up there and you strike out in 3 pitches.
Can you give me another Cy Young?
Dominated.
Who won the Cy Young in 18?
Barry the Frog. No, that's not right.
I want to do a quick one comparison.
Snell,
right?
Verlander was second.
Snell throws a lot of pitches.
Snell didn't have a lot of innings either.
Snell had 50. Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Cy Young winner. Anyway, that's the Kluber talk. Red Sox are linked in a lot of rumors right now. Who knows if it adds up? Some people say that Benintendi will be traded, which is trading him kind of at a low value right now. I don't know what you get back, but Mark Feinsand said that he will be shocked if the Red Sox don't trade Benintendi at this point. So, I mean, that's a fun talking point we'll have later on about him. I don't know what he brings back at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy as a Yankees fan. I mean, this is a guy when he's right and you're playing against him, he's one of the biggest thorns in your side. That he's 26 years old. That's insane. I was
just gonna say he's young, dude. I did not know that.
26, man. So he kind of did the every other year thing for those first few years, and then he really had a meh 2019 that led into an oh my god 2020, which, again, how much substance can you take from that? You're right, Jim. I mean, when you talk about value-wise, if you're the other team trading, you have to say, like, I'm pretty sure that 2019 season, didn't Benny finish terribly or something like that? So we haven't seen Andrew Benintendi be the guy that plays elite defense and he's a really tough at bat since 2018. So I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad flyer. Every trade depends on value. But yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, talk about a weird, this guy in 2018 was a problem in elite defensively. The defensive numbers gone down. His speed and metrics have gone down too, which is
in 19 he had a good summer. He had a good June, July, August, April, May, September. April and May were all right, like a little below league average. September was horrible, 21 games for him. But
I don't know if he's ever been an elite defender. I mean, I don't. And part of that is
tough.
maybe because he's playing left field.
At left field at Fenway, so it's hard. It's kind of like, right field at Yankee Stadium. Kind of two similar spots. Pretty easy.
I mean, Aaron Judge puts up great defensive numbers in right field at Yankee Stadium.
That's what I'm saying. I think Benny might have put up great numbers, but you have to take into context they're both playing the easiest, probably maybe the two easiest outfield spots.
Benny has not put up.
Oh, he hasn't.
The analytics aren't crazy, no. But the way he handled the monster was well, and he's got that famous, the famous catch against Houston that saved that game. And when it was him, JBJ, and Mookie in the outfield, the other two are obviously a different level of defender, but they were a very good defensive outfield.
Yeah,
I would say if you're a team trying to go for Andrew Benintendi, you're banking on he's entering some sort of physical prime. 26, 27. You'd want him to return to form, get back into the eights with his OPS. Serviceable defense. He's not going to hurt you, could help you. But if I'm a team, I mean, he's still got how many years of arbitration? He's got 2 more years, 2 years of control. I'd go after him in a heartbeat.
He starts, I don't want to say he starts getting paid. In 2021, he is supposed to make 6.6. Which again, looking at some of the performance,
shit, dude. That is shit. I don't want to put that narrative out there that's a lot of money. I'm not going to do that.
But Trevor, it's what else can you do with the 6.6 million? We saw the other guys that hit free agency this year. Adam Duvall. What's he going to bring in? He was disgusting last year. So I don't know. It all depends on the value. I always reference my Texas Rangers. And I know they're a team rumored in this. If they take a flyer on Benny, he plays $150 and he looks like the Benintendi from 2018. That's a huge win for them. So I don't know. Take a chance on a guy who's 26 and does have some good major league experience.
All right. I don't put a lot of stock behind this because I don't for all of it, but the defensive analytics do not tell a nice story. Mm-mm. I mean, he's ranked in the 1 percentile of outs above average.
Last year,
to put that horse picture.
They don't even have it last year. In 19, he was in the 2nd percentile. In 18, he was decent, 29th, still not good. In 17, which was kind of his best year, he's 1st percentile. Outfield jump also very bad. So that's interesting. Yeah, I just don't know what the Red Sox are going to get for him. I mean, the team's going to get 2 years of Benintendi. And they'd have to believe that he can offer them more than what they have in their system of team-controlled guys. Because like you're saying, Trev, $8 million is not a lot of money for baseball standards. But
yes,
the way teams think, which we have to understand, is they're like, well, can we get what Benintendi's going to offer us from a dude who's in AAA right now or a dude who's in his 1st or 2nd year and can make $500,000? Because if we can get anything near
they're
the same
thinking,
production,
is there 2 guys that we could put together in platoon that
exactly
make $500,000 a piece?
Exactly.
I mean, that's how they all think. But I think the difference with a guy like Benintendi is his age, and he's already a pretty accomplished hitter. And now this is, like I said, the physical prime thing. Is he going to hit for a little bit more power? How does he fit in your stadium? Could his defensive metrics tick up if we put him in a regular ass outfield without a huge wall behind him? I think he runs okay. I don't know let me look up his stolen bases, but to me, when I think about him, he's not
he doesn't.
A slow person.
Sprint speed is around 45 to 55%.
So it took a big drop.
In 2017, he was 80th.
Yeah. That's what everyone points to, is that the speed literally took a drop, which again, at that age, it's not supposed to drop off that quickly, but.
Well, let's get some more power then, Benny. Come on, man.
Any biceps.
According to all the rumors that,
stop getting your biceps so big. Lift your legs.
Astros, A's are reportedly in talks.
Astros, he becomes the next Reddick.
I love the A's with him. I love that.
That's just the Reddick teams, right? Red Sox, Astros, A's, basically.
Got to type.
Yeah. Okay. Then he's gonna have to like dirty up the look a little bit.
Oh,
Can't be Pretty Boy Benny anymore. He's gonna have to go like
Pretty Boy Benny.
Oh, that's what everyone. I mean, this was my biggest gripe.
These are coming from you. That's why I'm confused.
That's his image. I don't agree with you.
Right.
I think the power will jump getting out of Fenway because I mean the right field in Fenway is a joke. Obviously down the line it's very small, but you get 15 feet off the line, it jets out, and it's big.
I wouldn't trade him from the Red Sox. I just let him play, and he'd have a good April, May, June, July, up his value a tiny bit, trade him to a contender at the deadline, and you probably get a little more for him at that time, even though they're only getting him for a year and a half instead of 2 full years. I don't really see why you would trade him right now, unless a team's going to over return, which isn't really the market right now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anything else? Semien, he's another guy getting a lot of hype and rumors right now. Shortstop Marcus Semien. Red Sox are linked, and they haven't had a second baseman since Pedroia went down. Like Brock Holt's been there. Nunez played a little bit. Who is the guy from that played last year? Jose Peraza. So, I mean, if the Red Sox are interested in getting like a core up the middle moving forward, they can move Semien to second base. There's rumors to that. But like basically listen to the teams that they say are interested in Semien. Mets, Yankees, Nationals, Red Sox, Rays, Twins, Cubs, Rangers, Marlins, Tigers, Pirates, Blue Jays, Diamondbacks, and Indians. So
everyone's interested in him at the cheapest price they can get him because he had a bad year last year, and he was amazing the year before that. He finished third in the MVP. Trev, you were saying before he turned things around at shortstop. He was a bad defensive shortstop, and then he had a good couple years. I think last year he was bad again, so that's why all the teams are wanting to get a bargain bin price as Marcus Semien, the second baseman. I don't know. I think, the Reds have been rumored to him because they've got
Phillies.
the hole at shortstop. I don't think one of the big teams comes into play. I think this is a mid-market. You take a chance on him for 3 years, and you hope to bottle up that 2019, and he can outperform his contract. Or 2 years, whatever it is. I think he's 30 now.
I think I read the wrong list anyway.
Okay.
But there's a lot of teams. It's mostly Philly, Cincy, Boston. And a lot of other teams, but we'll see. We had disagreed early on about him, Jake, where I thought because the market and because of down year that he might sign a 1-year prove-it deal somewhere. You said you thought he would get multiple years. Do you have any? I think he maybe a 2-year deal, but I don't think it's going to be big.
I'm just saying 2019, he played $162 every game. 892 OPS, played shortstop, third in the MVP, and then you take the 2020 sample size, which is 53 games, and he was bleh. So
I agree, he should get a nice deal, but
you can't fully torpedo him. I mean, it depends what he wants to do, right? If he thinks it was just a bleh year and he could go out, find the right team, rake for a year, and get the big payday, sure.
A lot of shortstops.
But I'm kind of thinking of it as the Sonny Gray contract with Cincinnati. When Sonny went to Cincinnati, they paid him, even though coming off the Yankees stuff, he didn't look great. But they knew, like, hey, if Sonny Gray fixes it, which we think we can do, we'll have a pretty good bargain price on Sonny Gray. Mm-hmm. So I could see Marcus Semien doing the same thing where, sure, he could get a 1-year taster deal with whatever team he really wants. I mean, he's a good ball player. But I think a team like the Reds or a middle market team could say, hey, let's go 2 for 20, 3 for 30, and see if we can make him that 2019 guy. I mean, you're getting a $20 million a year player. He was third in the MVP.
Now, I will say, if you look at all his analytics across the last 5 years and just the quick baseball savant, if it's a red bubble, it means he's above average. If it's a blue, below. 2019 is the biggest outlier year for him.
Easily.
I mean, I know 2020 you can't count because it's only 60 games and you have to huge grain of salt, but even if you wanted to extend it further, 17, 18.
He doesn't want anyone to look at those numbers.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing with him is I mean, like, I know he's a great ball player and, what you're going to get with him is a strong work ethic, a guy that you can just like count on. And I think that counts for something. But when you dig into the stats, I mean, he's amassed like 22 WAR, but almost half of that was in one season. Hit 8.9 WAR in 2019, and he platformed that in 2018 with 4.7, and I think if he had a good 2020, people would be like, okay, but he didn't. So now they look back and they said, okay, 13, 14, 15, 16. He really wasn't ever an elite ball player until 2019. So he's got that's tough for him. It's a tough sell to teams. Teams are able to use those numbers and manipulate them. I don't know what kind of contract he's going to get, man. I don't know. This is an interesting case. I do see, like you guys are saying, like maybe a team's like, hey, let's give the guy a 2 for 20. And that's not crazy expensive. We know he'll be serviceable at the very least. But the days of him getting a 4-year, 15 to 17 AAV, probably not going to happen. And, after 2019, we were thinking this guy was going to get a 5-year hunch. But I think just because of the 2020, he reverted, then they can go back and look like you're doing, Jim, at the 5-year window. But it's going to be hard for teams to pony up the money for that.
We could be underselling him a little bit. This is the Fangraphs crowdsource results that I've referenced a few times on the show. And they've actually been low on a lot of the free agent signings so far. They had Semien at a 3 for 51. So I don't know. I mean, a team would really have to buy in. I was surprised by those WAR numbers you just said, Trev. I know the MVP year is nuts, but I mean, a 4.5 the year before that. That's a number that speaks to a lot of organizations.
I'd like to ask Oakland A's fans about his defense because it was really bad, right? Yeah, there were a lot of trouble throwing the ball. There was a ton of throwing errors at first. He also has one of the best third basemen to kind of take away his right side from him. And first baseman. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of full A's games. So I'm interested to say, like, what is an A's fan say, well, he gets a lot of help? Or does an A's fan say, like, no, he's really good. He's really good to his left, and Chapman eliminates his right. Because if he goes to the Red Sox, the Red Sox are interested. They're going to move him. Cincinnati, Philly would keep him at short. Right?
The tweets yesterday listed him as second baseman Marcus Semien, which is kind of tough.
So weird.
I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Ron Washington really helped him in Oakland, and he just worked at it a ton and got better. I mean, that's what you have to do defensively. And shortstop in Oakland, any infield position in Oakland's tough because you have the foul ground territory. When you look over there, you're making a throw to first base. It's different than any other ballpark. It's just like this huge expanse behind the first baseman. So obviously he got used to that, and he does have Matt Olson over there. But he's going to work hard. I think he'll be definitely serviceable defensively. He's not going to revert back to where he was, those years where he was kind of sailing the ball all over the place. Like, he's learned his body. He knows how to make those throws now. I still see him as a shortstop. He's
going to be getting out of his hometown city. He's a Bay Area kid.
Yeah.
You think that helps him or hurts him, Trev?
I don't know.
Okay.
Perfect. Give me time for a change. Change is a little scary. He's got his system there, but I think he's I don't see the 351, man. That kind of threw me through a loop there. I think he's more in the range of a 220 type of thing. And I hope he gets 351. It'd be awesome.
Give him the deal DJ got with the Yankees 2 years ago. 224.
Absolutely.
Go back to free agency at 31.
100% see that.
Okay. We've done it. 2 for 24
and
for
I think
Semien.
He fits on the Yankees.
What's that?
I think he fits on the Yankees.
Well, if they don't get DJ, maybe. I think they'll go Simmons for a 1-year deal then. I still like that if they don't get DJ. They're going to get DJ.
I mean,
though.
I think both those guys are a great fit in New York.
Can I ask Trevor about
Please.
Well, I was going to end the show because we're done with all our topics.
Fully skipped Baez.
We did him at the beginning.
No, we did.
I said Pedro Baez went to the Astros. We don't have anything to say about him.
I had some stuff to say about him.
I literally asked you pre-show, anyone have anything to say, and you didn't say anything.
You just kept saying you didn't have anything to say about him.
Didn't I? I asked open forum.
He's a 3 ERA reliever. Really good against lefties. Kind of got a tough rep at the end of the Dodgers thing.
Yeah, he got a real tough
Did you see
rep
Alex
out here.
Wood defend him yesterday? That was pretty good. one of the reporters was like, Dodgers lost confidence in him, and Wood came out and was like, come on, dude, not on the team. Like, that guy was a horse for us every year. So give him a little bit of that Houston sticky. Bang.
The stick.
Stick. All right. You got anything on Baez? Trev?
No, I just know that, like around LA, people were very nervous when he came in. Now, the Dodgers players saying they didn't lose confidence in, that's awesome because that's what you want your teammates. You need them to have confidence in you. But I know the fans of LA 100% lost confidence. And I don't know if it was warranted or not. Fans are sometimes, guys, fans can be stupid. That's okay because everyone can be stupid at times. Like
live there.
The way they talk about Kershaw is so stupid.
Well, that was Baez, too. He had a couple tough playoff memories, but the guy was literally clockwork. His ERA was right around 3 every year. 50 to 70 innings. And I think he's a reverse splits guy. I'll double-check that because of the changeup. But, yeah, hey, good for him to actually – he got his ring and he leaves.
Whole crowd.
Yeah, reverse splits guy. 584 OPS versus lefties, 661 versus righties. Are the Astros
going to be good again? Like, I'm kind of scared of the Astros, man.
Like it.
How many home runs do you think Pedro Baez has in the bushes, Trev?
What?
Came up with a little third baseman action.
Yeah, he came up as a third baseman.
I don't know.
45.
It's hard to hit home runs in the minor leagues.
Oh, you saw it already?
I did.
45 minor league home runs.
How many years?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. They have. When did he fully transition? Looks like 2013 they transitioned him. No. 2012. So from 2007 to 2012, he was a hitter in the Dodger system. And he got 45 home runs in that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-year stretch.
Yeah, that's about right. Like I said, it's hard to hit homers in the minor leagues. And his nickname on Baseball Reference, there's 2.
Yeah.
La Mula, which is, I'm sure, the mule, I'd assume.
Good assumption.
And the other one is the human rain delay.
Which is Steve
kind of
Traxler,
what
right?
people in LA talk about.
And that's tough. That's how you get a bad rap. That's how fans don't like you.
That's why I got to tell my buddy Yarbrough, like, dude, you're itching for people to be annoyed when you get called into games. That's how you get the media to not like you, and then they write articles like, thank God he's out. You want to listen to some baseball folks get cranky, listen to John Sterling on a getaway day when there's a slow pitcher on the mound, just like, come on. That's why Lance Lynn, Mark Burley, loved by the media and stuff. They just fucking toss the damn thing.
Hot.
And they're both hot, yes. All right, what I was going to ask you, Trev, is I can just feel pushback coming already.
Okay.
Jack Curry, who's the Yankees beat reporter, had a thought, and I want to ask you, and you might poo-poo it, and I think a lot of people listening will poo-poo it, but Jake and I kind of subscribe to it as well, is that Gleyber Torres is shortstop for the Yankees, Lindor shortstop for the Mets. If Lindor's a shortstop for the Mets and they're sharing the same city, that might put a little pep in Gleyber's step as like, hey, I want to be the shortstop in this city. It might give him a little edge, just attitude-wise, or push. Do you subscribe to that, the human emotion of that situation at all? You never played in a 2-team city. Well, I guess for the A's for a little bit, but have any thoughts on that? I'm genuinely curious.
No, I don't subscribe to that. I think maybe it'll push him. I guess that's what you're saying. Like,
yeah, that's what we're saying.
It'll push him and motivate him a little bit. But the motivation should already be there. You know, he had 2 really good years, and then last year was pedestrian. And I think
defensively,
we can all say whatever
I think is what the hope.
What's that?
Defensively, I think is the hope. A lot of his errors are mental lapses and just mindless. So
it's just really hard to be a shortstop. So I
don't think you'll fit forever, but
he's got to maybe. And it doesn't have to be Lindor, but if someone just gets in his ear, and I'm sure people already have, if you want to be, being a big league shortstop is hard, and you have to work at it. And yeah, you can go out and bang and you'll be on a team, but if you want to stick at shortstop, you got to be able to pick it. Like, you got to put up worth defensively there. So look, he's 24 this year. Like, if sometimes it takes a little bit of time for guys to understand, oh, I got to do more. You put that guy and you get someone, I don't know who their infield coach is with the Yankees, but you get a guy and say, hey, if they said specifically work your ass off with Glaber this year, there is no doubt in my mind you could make leaps and bounds improvements just by going out there and taking 100 ground balls a day.
That's what Machado said he learned from was it shortstop JD?
Hardy?
JJ. Yeah. He said he's like JJ threw the ball funny and kind of looked funny how he played, but he did the same exact thing every day and threw the ball the same exact way. He never did a different arm slot, never did anything else. He's like, and that's how, he's like, you just, everything is just about doing it 100 times a day, the same exact way.
You have to. Defensively, it's the only way to get better. I mean, you can maybe increase your range by doing some agility work, whatever, but you just got to go field ground balls, man. And so once you realize that, you can make steps. I did it in my career. I was shit, then I became good. So
yeah, you had good insight on Altuve and the Yips last year with the Astros and what he needed to do to fix that, and then they showed him doing it. So that's why we keep you around, Trev.
Yeah.
Great insight.
Tidbits, man.
You like fielding ground balls?
I didn't. His offensive numbers are great.
Yeah, I'm not worried about his bat. I don't think he'll last at shortstop, but I'll give him another year to see, I guess.
We go to a field tomorrow and rip grounders at you. Are you having fun?
Oh, my gosh. In fact, I was talking to our boy Cole Tucker. I was asking him who he's taking ground balls with, and he said his brother, and they're doing his at his high school or whatever. And I was like, dude, I can't. I said, I'm coming out. I got to get a day of ground balls with you guys. I missed that.
I'll play first.
He came back at me and said, yeah, you better come before you get too old and too sore to do it.
Wow.
That was, dude, Cole's not coming at you there. That's honest advice.
It's very true.
That's Cole being loving.
Yeah.
It's being very nice.
But the thing is, now I'm in great shape again.
Right.
Dad bods, dad club, dad workout gang.
Workout gang. So, but dude, ground balls is amazing, especially when you get to do it on a well manicured field. You go take ground balls on a big league field. It's so fun.
Jake and I once or twice, definitely twice, maybe 3 times, took our gloves, a bat, and maybe 3 balls to the college baseball field, just hit each other ground balls in college, kind of loser stuff. But it was fun. It's better than sitting on the couch playing video games. But then we hear each other fly. We only had 1 ball and there was only 2 of us, so it did get a little bit.
You really need 3 for a good infield.
Yeah, because you got to throw it to first. Now we're just throwing it at a ghost over there. And we're like, that was scooped. Hell yeah.
Out.
It's nice when you got guys hitting you balls. You got someone catching over there at first base.
We need to go have a catch at the park.
Who hit you the best ground balls, Trev? And why was it Phil Roof?
I don't think he ever would hit ground balls, but he'd catch at first base.
Oh, sure did.
I liked when lefties hit me ground balls.
Ooh.
There was a different spin on the ball.
Yeah.
I like that. But the coaches is hilarious. You'll see a first-year coach and him working his way around a phone going oh, you're a first-year coach. Second, third, fourth-year coaches, they start to spin that bad boy around. They got the bat flip. You just get really comfortable with it. And we used to challenge because you take infields and shit in spring training, you challenge the coach, don't mess one up. And then the biggest thing where you can tell a coach has been around for a while is, are they going to do the pop fly at the end of infield for the catchers?
That's really young. My dad.
Your dad's show, man.
I guess my dad played college baseball, so he kind of knows a little bit of the way around. But I grew up doing that.
Dude, that's amazing. If you got a guy that knows how to do it, it's such at the end of infield, you'll have everyone watching and just saying, don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
And when he did, you made fun of him. But a lot of times you get these guys, they're so comfortable with the fungo in their hands. Awesome. It's tough. Fungos are hard, man.
Yeah. Baseball. Go watch our spring training video at Minnesota Twins camp. Trev hit us some fly balls with the fungo.
That was fun.
That was fun. I would love to go do that regularly. Yeah. All right, that's the end of the episode. That's all the updates. Hopefully something big happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen as soon as we end this. Hopefully it happens right before we're about to start the next episode on Tuesday. If there is something over the weekend, we will hop on and talk about it, and let's hope for that. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.